Ohun tó ti kú ló máa ń pàtàn.
Ohun tó ti kú
ló máa ń pàtàn ẹ̀. Ohun tó ti kú ló máa ń pàtàn ẹ̀. Mo lọ mú màmá mi wá. Bàtàlájì Barista gbà mí láyè kí n máa jókòó pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ nìyẹn. Èmi ò lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ orin kíkọ́ lọ́dọ̀ Barista. Because àwọn kan wà wọ́n máa ń lọ kọ́ṣẹ́ orin kíkọ́. Èmi kò jẹ́ olólùfẹ́ Alhaji Barista láti kékeré. Mo dẹ̀ pinnu pé ẹni yìí àwòkọ́ṣe rere ni fún mi. Mo dẹ̀ ń jẹ́ sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀.
Welcome to If You Ask Jimmy. This I will call a banger. Another banger. An epic interview of all times. An interview that is sure to break the internet. Credit to the video, I just used a snippet of it, goes to deleadeyanju agbaletu and agbaletu Radio Vision. Welcome. Guys, if you are yet to subscribe, please help me to subscribe to this channel. YouTube says 75% of the people that have been watching me and return viewers or watchers are yet to subscribe. Please help me to attain what I call Project 1000, which is 1000 subscribers on this channel. Guys, you have heard that snippet, and I'm very, very, very happy that this is happening. Congratulations, Agbaletu. Congratulations, K1, the ultimate Kwamwan Alhaji Wasiu, King Wasiu Ayindemashall. Why? Because a lot of controversies, the name of Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde has been immersed in so much controversies over the time, especially the past 2 years. There's a lot of people that have come on different stations, different channels, different podcasts, and different interviews, and even Agbaletu's interviews, that people have accused Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde of one thing or the other, and there's some negative perceptions about his personality in the social media space. But I like what somebody said in the comment here. Let me share it with you from the same Agbaletu interview. That person is saying here that this is the mother of interviews everyone have been longing to listen to. Wasiu is not a perfect man, but he has really tried his best in the industry. He should be highly respected. Kudos to both interviewer and interviewee. Very interesting. Another person, Keniego, says, I love this man called K1. I can't wait to see the full interview. Thank you, Mr. Deleadeyanju Agbaletu. This interview should settle all the nonsense that is going on in the Fuji world once and for all. Keep up the good work. Bola Fasasi says, well done, Agbaletu. This snippet alone restored Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde's credibility and image in my eyes. He is indeed an intelligent and talented person. I am back in his camp. Hazan Taiwo says, with this very matured interview, some haters will still come and attack this man. But the good thing is that God has been busy blessing and lifting K1 above his enemies and even those who call themselves Anobis. Akitude Akinjare says, this is why it is not good to take sides in a fight that one does not know its history. This is a must-watch video for Fuji and music lovers in general. Thank you, Dele, for granting the interview with these Fuji icons. Guys, it's so massive. It's so awesome. And first, before I even go deeper to analyze what Alhaji Wasiu discussed with Deleadeyanju Agbaletu, I want to say that the Alhaji is very, very intelligent, because he spoke smartly, wisely, aptly, articulately, and he spoke pontifically, point blank, and he gave adequate answers to the questions that were asked. And the most impressive thing, he did it in grand style. He spoke very impeccable English. In fact, I can tell you, if this man had been in the presence of someone like Mr. Trump, who is a white man, or Mr. What is the name of the British Prime Minister, he cannot speak a better. I'm trying to say somebody's English and I'm misfiring. He cannot speak better English than what he has spoken. And because many people know the history of a lot of our music artists, that some of them did not have a structured formal education. I say structured because some of these people later went to upgrade themselves educationally, especially these Fuji musicians. Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde has really fully represented himself well. And many of the things that is said here, even if he has 20 lawyers, SAN, they couldn't have done better. If he has a PR company, there was a time that I came out, I've done 2 videos on Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde when he had that phone call with President Tinubu, and initially I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, so I had my opinion on those. Initially, I said, what did he do that is so wrong? That I didn't see anything bad about it. Later, I asked questions. That is there any part of Yoruba where they call their mothers, their parents by first name? And people said no. And I came out to correct my first video. But the point is this, that Alhaji Wasiu spoke and addressed every issue, including the issue of why he called Asiwaju. He was speaking to Asiwaju in that manner. He explained a lot of things. And I said in that video that I saw, the way they packaged, that video of his conversation with Tinubu, that he definitely must have a very good media team. He must have a good media team or media company, because his images were very sharp, they were very clean, and they used it to propagate, his business, so that, to give him traction. Back to Deleadeyanju's interview. Alhaji Wasiu said that he did not learn singing. He wasn't a music student or acolyte or whatever, or a learner or apprentice of Alhaji Barista, which is the wide-head view of many people. If they want to talk about Wasiu, it's not to rubbish him, but I don't know where people got that history from, that Wasiu was a packer. He was an errand boy, like a houseboy, that was running errands for Alhaji Barista, and that he will wash the cloth and all of those kind of things. But what he's saying is different than that he didn't learn singing from Alhaji Barista, but that he just lost Barista and he took Barista as his role model. Don't forget, this interview is not complete. It's a snippet that we have here. I believe Deleadeyanju is still going to release the main video, but from what he said in this snippet, he said he just loves Alhaji Barista and he took him as his role model. Wasiu took Barista Ayinde as his role model, and then Barista Ayinde said he should bring his mother. Wasiu should bring his mother. Wasiu says he identified with Barista so much that he went to bring his mother to present to Alhaji Barista, and Barista accepted him, and Wasiu became a son to Alhaji Barista, and Alhaji Barista, sikiruayindebarrister, enabled Wasiu. And then he says something. There are so many points on that interview. Another key point is the issue of Alhaji Kolint, because Dele asked that is K1 angry with Kolint, and K1 is saying it's not about anger, that he, as K1, identified with Alhaji Kolint when Alhaji Kolint's mother died, and he did the same thing for Alhaji sikiruayindebarrister, and that Kolint did not show up for his mother's burial and didn't even call to wish him, to commiserate with him or condole with him, no contact. But that Alhaji Wasiu, was someone that joined hands with Alhaji Kolint to bury his mother, that he single-handedly, he handled the finances 100%. That's the way he put it on the interview, that he handled the finances because Alhaji Kolint called him to say that the same way you buried Barista's mother is over to you. You have to do, you have to do likewise for me. And out of love, he went ahead and made sure that the who is who attended Alhaji Kolint's mother's burial, and he also sponsored it. He sponsored it, whether fully or partially. Definitely, I know Alhaji Kolint also is not a poor man, but he spent a lot of money on it. He said, now, how is it that in his own, this man will now say, because he said Kolint is giving an excuse that he called him Wasiu on the phone, but Wasiu did not pick the phone. He did not pick Kolint's call or return calls. And he says, if Alhaji Kolint feels like, sorry, Lawon Jemi, as if it's just he owes me sorry that he didn't see it that way. He doesn't know what anyone is going to tell him to make him to overlook that big miss that Alhaji Kolint did not show up at his mother's wedding. Well, in my opinion, I see it as what Yorubas call Ija Ife, that is the fight of love. If the way I see Wasiu on this interview, one interview is not enough to correct so a lot of what is it called now, misconceptions. But the way he's speaking is not speaking like somebody that is bitter. He's speaking as somebody that is pained. Not because Kolint was the one that was going to now bankroll or foot the bill, but that is, people cover people more than clothes can cover people. That is, you feel more comfortable and secured when you have your people supporting you. People helping people, people supporting people. And he said that, Alhaji Kolint, cannot one day now think that it will just say sorry and it will end there. But I know some people, if they don't want to forgive, they will never say what the issue or the offense is, that someone offended them or the issue they have with somebody. But now that he has said it, I believe that he will clear it from his mind, and from the tone of what he said, I believe that's what he's going to do. Now, he went ahead in the interview to say there's something that he has never said before, that people say he abused Barista, and they continue to run with that. But he, Wasiu, has never abused Alhaji Barista before. He said in English, I want to believe, I remember we said it, I want to believe it never happened. That is the way K1 the Ultimate put it, that he wants to believe that this accusation that he abused Alhaji Barista never happened. And you know what? He said what happened is that he had a friend who had a squabble with Alhaji Barista, and because he played with that friend in the party where that friend of his, who is Yonda Sawaba, who is also a musician, played, whatever insult in Yonda passed to Alhaji Barista also affect him, because he was in the same, he also sang on Yonda Sawaba's side. So, and he said, that he never directly insulted Alhaji Barista, but he told his friend that now it's just like a vicarious liability. I'm jointly liable for your mistake, and we have to beg Alhaji together if we have to beg him. Then he said the issue with Alhaji Barista was with Alhaji Barista's aides, the people that are the, those who go in and out, like his PAs and associates, that they are the ones that usually block people from seeing Alhaji, and sometimes some things just happen that it now looks as if it's between him and Alhaji, and that many of those people that did that against him later apologized to him. But he said something, because he doesn't want to mention names. Alhaji Wasiu doesn't want to mention names, because some of those people are no longer around to defend themselves. And at the beginning of the snippet, the montage that Dele showed, he said that when people are dead, it's better not to even talk about matters that affect them, because they are no longer around to defend themselves. So, like he said, Yonda Sawaba was the one, Totaun, that is the one that, had an issue with Alhaji. And they asked him the question of how he became Oluwaye Fuji. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, go ahead and help me hit the subscribe button so that we can take this channel to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. He said he became Oluwaye Fuji after he first was crowned the king of Fuji at Liberty Stadium. He said, and we said, why should Dede was asking, why were you crowned? Wasiu answered that there is, in Juju they have king of Juju. In Waka, which is also a brand of Yoruba music, like Queen Salawa Abeni, they had Waka Queen. And he said because there was a squabble between the two big wigs of the Fuji music, which is Kolint and Barista, that the organizers of the award or the coronation, they believe that by giving Alhaji Wasiu K1 the crown of Fuji, that indirectly they have given Wasiu's side, which is Barista, indirectly they have given the side of Wasiu's leader, which is Alhaji Barista. So it's just like they have given Barista, he Wasiu is just a representative or a proxy they have given to Barista's side. By style, they have given Barista's side. So Dele left that issue and also went to the issue of blood sample that, he asked the blood sample. Someone said that Wasiu, one of his drummers or so, said that they collected their blood and they didn't know what the Wasiu did with the blood. Wasiu is now asking, was I the one that collected the blood sample? How can someone lie against him about blood sample that he didn't even know what they did with the blood or how they collected it? So he tried to clean that place up, and he did it in a very, very nice way, at least if this particular interview is anything to go by. And I think there are a lot of issues that there are some issues that Dele asked concerning the man called Anyolowo. Anyolowo came out to the public, to the press, to grant some interviews, even on deleadeyanju. I don't know if he went to some other channels. He granted an interview in which he explained a lot of things that went down between him and Wasiu and the band boys, and how that Wasiu was diabolic, and how Wasiu was trying to use their star and also brainwash them, and also, wasn't paying them fair wages or paying them enough. And Wasiu said, well, that Anyolowo is someone that he has, Kunle is someone he has a very strong relationship with, but he doesn't want to join issues with him, with Kunle, that he was the one that changed the name to Kunle because it used to be Anyolowo. But Wasiu said he doesn't want to make an issue, and that is the one that, that he doesn't want to have a kind of altercation. He doesn't want to take the conversation too far on Kunle. And he also talked about the Fuji, this thing, that he was the one that registered Fuji, and that there's this Fuji Musician Association of Nigeria that started from his house in Wasiu K1, the ultimate house, and that the constitution was drafted in his house. He mentioned the name of some people who were in the group then, and also the name of his personal lawyer and his private secretary, who together they drafted that particular constitution, and this is the one that bankrolled it, and they submitted at the Corporate Affairs Committee, right? So that God used Wasiu to do a lot of things. Now he's asking that a lot of his drummers and personnel, they continue to castigate him and to say certain negatives about him, and is asking that what did any of those his followers or his former staff, what did they do for him, Wasiu, right? Lest I forget, he said whatever he said to Alhaji Kolint is not an insult. He meant it because Alhaji Kolint did not commiserate with him. And then Wasiu said that Kolint gave him, Wasiu, a flimsy excuse that Kolint called Wasiu and he didn't pick a call. I just want to use that to complete what I said earlier about the issue between him and Alhaji Kolint. Concerning Asiwaju, when people were saying that he's so insolent and he's so rude, why would he call Asiwaju by name, address him by first person? He will use O in Yoruba for Asiwaju. And Wasiu is explaining here now that Asiwaju's mother and his own biological mother are friends, and that if people will go back to the tape where Asiwaju called him, Asiwaju was saying that Wasiu's mother and Asiwaju's mother, that they would have met themselves in heaven by now. And I think that is true, and what it means is that Alhaji Wasiu didn't just meet President Tinubu overnight or in a party or something. They have come a long way, and that kind of rapport is what is still between them. Now, he was asked about some questions on faith, his religion, and Alhaji Wasiu said he is a member of the Celestial Church, a proud member, that he is a seeker of truth in worship, and that he is a celestial. even though it's an allergy, that he's doing both equally, and that he even built a church, right, for a celestial church. Finally, he talked about Alhaji Barrister, that he put a cap on Alhaji Wasiu Ayinde K1's head and started singing Olori wa o, Olori wa. Olori means leader, the one at the forefront, the captain. So, and that Wasiu interprets it that Alhaji Ayinde himself has passed on the baton to Wasiu Ayinde to be the head and the king of Fuji. So much in letter, isn't it? So much for this particular edition. If you are yet to subscribe, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and help me subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Thank you. Please also share it. Thank you, and I will see you on the next one. Take care and bye.